Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of MHP Gaming. I'm the one-winged asshole.
I'm AJ.
And today...
You're always going to cut in with a joke. You beat me to it.
Gotta be quick if you want to beat me to a joke. And today we're going to continue to make her play Amanda's Quest.
Sit here and sip my cocoa and ignore your stupid.
Alright, fine. We'll sit here for half an hour while you drink cocoa and nobody gets to watch anything happen.
All
How
right.
entertaining.
Yep. This is entertaining as a jar of mayo on the screen for 10 minutes.
Yeah, when you said jar, I thought you were going to say Jar Jar Binks.
Nothing is as entertaining as Jar Jar Binks.
Moving on. Thank you for joining the party. Let's go on an adventure without the comic relief of Jar Jar Binks. So, where we
I want my money back.
I've never given you money. So, when we last ended the...
Keep talking.
She's making a face. So, where we last left off, AJ poached a key from a random sailor that belonged to her husband, the great hero Joe. So now she needs to figure out where to take that.
Let's see. I think it's for his handcuffs.
Oh no, that one never leaves my side.
Ugh. Them pumpkins.
Isn't there a song about purple pumpkin eaters? Send them in.
So, now here's a question about the... Wait, is a flying purple people eater?
Yes, that was the
Okay,
joke.
not flying purple pumpkin eaters. Now, here's a question about the flying purple people eater. Does he only eat purple people, purple flying people? Is he flying in purple and eats people?
I always assumed he only ate purple people, so we were safe.
What about... I mean, it's just... The grammar, man. What's the grammar in that song?
The mother of your mother is the grammar.
Okay. I think he only eats flying purple people, in which case I believe we're all good. Let's see, what am I gonna unlock? Well, I guess it would make logical sense to go home. I'm going home. This isn't my home.
No.
What town was that?
That was Luke's hometown.
That was V-Town.
Yep.
That sounds so dirty, but it's just...
Flying V-Town.
It's because we're trying to, you know...
Yeah. We've let a few things slip through that we don't want to, you know, give some personal information of our friends away, so we've had to cut.
Yep. I promise the V is not for anything dirty, I swear.
Well, it is if you imagine it is. We can't stop you.
Son of a whore, man.
Well, it's not like they're hard to take down.
No, but it's still annoying and time-consuming. I could be in the village by now. Do-do, 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 do-do,
Do, do.
do-do, do-do, do-do,
This is one addictive music.
do-do. What could he possibly keep locked up?
No new skills.
So, funny story about that Tokay Gecko and Jenny. The real Jenny. When I first got him, because, like, you know, anyone who knows Tokays, they bark. They make, like, a eh noise when they're mad.
That they do.
And so, I thought it would be a funny prank with Jenny to try and pet him. And I thought for certain the second she got anywhere near him, he would just bark and it would spook her, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, so she stuck her hand in the cage, and he wasn't barking, and he instead was doing that thing where he was backing up and huffing up, and he was puffing up, and I had to grab her and pull her out. I'm like, no, don't do it, don't do it. Because I'm like,
Do not trust me, I'm a horrible friend.
you are about to get bit so bad, like probably be the worst animal butt you'll experience in your life, shy of something that doesn't maul you.
I've had worse.
Well, yeah.
But for a lizard, it's pretty good.
You got mauled by a cat.
True enough, but I got the cat back.
Yeah.
I got my friend's cat home in the process.
Yeah,
Thank
his
you very
friend's
much.
cat ran away and didn't want to come out. And Well, he went in after it. But anyway, yeah. Like a toe cake gecko will carve you open badly. And I've had it happen with that particular one. So, yeah. So that's with the Jenny in this game. That was years and years and years ago. And I was a little bit more of an asshole.
Also, just to save people trouble, what you were looking for was in the house.
Okay. Sorry, I was a little distracted by my story. But yeah.
It's okay. I didn't want to stop you halfway.
Yeah. I promise I'm a lot less of an asshole.
Or better at lying.
No, now I would have done it at my own personal expense. So, yeah.
We've read this before, so I will skip.
I was wondering if maybe there was a lock in the book. Well, sometimes that is it.
No, you're right. I'm not saying it was a bad idea. Of course, throw the key down the crack. Ting, ting, ting. Okay, that was a bad idea.
Oh, this game brings back memories.
What, when we used to have a giant open dirt pit as a basement?
No, we've never had that. That was Sean's house.
Oh, right, the murder basement. Or the torture basement. Yeah.
It kind of did look like a catacomb down there.
Yeah, he actually had a house where, like, all the doorways were, like, kind of thin and really short. And, like, not just for me, the tall guy, but for everybody, they were pretty short. So you can imagine how bad that was on me.
Not WASD, Amanda. I was trying to drink my cocoa and walk.
And a few other rooms just kind of went back, and they were, like, really small. And it's like, okay, this is the perfect place for storing a person that you're not, done with yet.
Oh, hopefully Sean's not mad at us for outing his basement. He doesn't have that house anymore. He's got a very, very nice house now.
Yeah, he didn't build it. It's not his fault he, had a weird basement in the home.
Nope. Renting it from somebody else we do. But yeah, that basement was kind of scary.
And actually, wait, yeah, that was the house. Yeah, that was the house he was renting.
Mm-hmm. God, I hope our friends don't think we're telling, no, not too much personal information.
We're telling just enough.
Alright. Of course, this is what the key goes to.
Amanda uses the keys she obtained in Ahi report on the chain holding the blades in place. Amanda removed Joe's signature sword, the Hawkblade, from the box.
What a dumb name.
Yes, it is.
Yo, I'm talking.
No, you're not.
Well, this isn't going to help me all that much. It's enchanted so that only Joe can wield it in battle. I'll keep it on me in case Joe needs it when I find him, unless I find another use for it. The Hawkblade.
Damn straight.
Yo, it would have been neat if it had, like, if it was called the Hawkblade and kind of had, like, a design of hawk blades around the Hawkblades. Haha, hawk wings around the crossguard.
Actually, I kind of always imagined the blade kind of like a wing. And like a little bird's head on one end of the crossguard.
See, now I'm picturing a standard claymore type sword, but the crossguard looking like a pair of wings.
Do you want... Alright.
Alright, he's getting his manga out.
Yep, I'm pulling out the manga. You know things are getting good.
Not that any of you guys can see it, of course.
And I will not be bothered to put it in because I'm lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Can verify I'm lazy. Oh, hey, look, a new random person there.
Oh. So it's part of the Beat the Vandal Buster series.
God, that series never should have ended.
No. I only read a couple of the manga at first, and that was entertaining.
Honestly,
I wish I could have stuck with it, just I was a busy college student back in the day.
It's one of my favorite manga series. I wish it would have gone on. It's by if you ever read Dragon Quest Dai no Bokuen or Dragon Quest Dai the Hero or whatever it translates to, they're doing they just recently started a new anime for it. If you've ever seen or liked that, check out Beat because it was done by the same team and it was starting out really, really good. But this is kind of how I imagined it. I'm showing her a picture of the cover of Beat number 9. And mind you, I had the design for this idea in my head before these books came out.
Wow, that long ago.
Yeah, they came out with... Technically, alright, I can't say they stole my idea, but I didn't steal theirs. I had it based on, like, an idea very similar to that one.
That is always kind of
beforehand.
funny when that happens. You know, where, like, I come up with this really inventive idea, inventive to me, and I'll be, like, writing something or playing a game, and something very uncannily similar will pop up, and I'll be like, oh, son of a bitch.
What a magnificent sword you have there.
We'll get to that.
You know what they say, a sword is a swordsman's spirit.
Yep, one dies for every sword made. Okay.
That's supposed to be a clue for where to go next.
Yeah, someplace with ghosts or swordsmen.
No, it was it's a place that you probably should have peeked into, but you didn't go to because you knew you couldn't do anything there.
Okay.
So, I'll give you a hint, head east.
Ah, I'm gonna get attacked by this bush.
That's not really a bush. And
But, like, I know that, this is, like, going back to the topic we were just at about how sometimes when you're a creative and you'll think, like, you came up with this cool idea that's kind of unique, right? And then you'll be, like, reading something or playing a video game and something very uncannily similar pops up and it's like, well, fuck. You can either take inspiration from it to maybe deepen your own ideas or you're going to sound like freaking plagiarist. But that just happened to me because it's like, I know that energy crystals in anime, manga, games, etc., are nothing new. Okay, they've been done. But I was like kind of thinking of like an energy crystal based, you know, energy source for my fantasy world, and that there's certain types of energy crystals that can even be used to conduce magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm playing Cold Steel, and they get to Orbital Tech, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Well, not that it hasn't been done to death even before.
Well, that's
Cold
what I'm
Steel.
saying. It's nothing. Well, I mean, it goes all the way back to Trails in the Sky with the Orbals,
Yeah, true.
and that was, my God, how old is that game?
I think that's like early 2000s.
That was PlayStation Portable.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Portable, not Vita.
Yeah, PSP. I don't know if any came out
So
on the Vita.
that's
Almost
how
nothing
old
came
the
out on
Trails
Vita.
series is. So obviously, we're not talking about anything new, cutting edge, but it's just like, but I only just recently got into Trails earlier this year, starting with Cold Steel, but I am playing Sky a little bit. But anyway, so yeah, I get to Orbital Tech, and I'm like, fuck, that is like almost the exact same goddamn thing that I've done. I'm like,
Nope.
damn it! Alright.
You're going the wrong way.
Okay. Probably. So yeah, that does happen a lot of times as a creative.
Yeah, in fact, one of the things that happens the most in this household... Nope, still the wrong way. Go north. One of the things that happens the most in this household is her coming to pitch an idea by me and see whether it sounds good or not. And I say, oh, isn't that just like blank? And then she gives me the dirty look like, God damn it, you killed another one of my ideas.
That happens a lot where I'm like,
My
oh,
brainchild.
this sounds like such a cool idea. Oh yeah, that was from this and this anime or manga or whatever. And I'm like, fuck. Or video game or whatever. Because, you know, as much as, yes, I do enjoy anime, video games, manga, etc., he is, you know, consumed a lot more of it than I have, you know. So, because I just don't always have the time to get to it.
South, Romeo Town. East, Rainbow Cove. North, Tower of Trials. Tower currently closed off due to active hero.
Aha! I've got it. This door only opens when Joe's spirit is presented. A swordsman's spirit is in his blade. Oh, swordsman. For some reason, I was thinking a swordsmith's spirit.
Amanda holds the hawk blade aloft in her hands towards the slab. The slab crumbles into nothing before you.
I hope there's something that can help me in here. I'm running out of good ideas, let alone time. Yeah, Amanda never has time. Which is why Amanda hasn't, you know, seen a lot of anime or read a lot of manga, and etc., etc., etc.
Well, some of us know what's important and spend a lot of time neglecting our kids.
I know. I mean, I was... Hello.
I must go.
I was, you know, on a pretty good anime watching binge back in my, you know, pre-kids knitting days. Well, that was creepy.
Ooh, Sean's almost dead.
Yeah, that surprises nobody.
Dang it, Sean, why are you always getting hurt when things hit you? Nova Burst. Woo, that did some damage.
Yeah, I expected it to kill those things, but it weakened them.
Yeah, it did some good damage.
Yeah, so, but yeah, back when I used to knit for Etsy, that's what I used to do is, you know, we'd part ways for the evening, he'd go to bed or whatever, and I'd decide to pull the late night knitting orders, and so I'd put on, like, some anime, and it's pretty much when I watch Attack on Titan.
Yeah, you found a lot of new anime doing that.
Yeah. Then I had babies, and
then all time was lost to time.
well, it's not so much, you know, running out of time even. It's just I can't concentrate because I have kids all over me and I don't have him heal.
Yeah, contrary to popular belief, if you have a kid, you probably should keep an eye on them.
Well, that and they just, you know, they're always in your face, always on you, always needing attention. I love when you can use restorative magic outside battle.
Found Mithril Sword. What do you know? I was the dick that gave you a second Mithril Sword. Too bad Ben isn't using it. I've never understood how you can get new weapons and then just run away without even looking at them. I'm the type of gamer, every time I open a chest and there's something newer in it, I've just gotta look at it and be like, alright, how is this gonna help my party?
Wow, I am getting my ass kicked. Wow, I am getting my ass kicked. I don't think I'm quite ready for this place.
Maybe go grab a little more armor. You did skip a bit.
If thou must. Do I have to go all the way back to V-Town for that?
I hear Report would probably have better armor.
Oh, some levels, that'll help.
Don't forget your sword.
Oh, yes.
I didn't mean you dropped it.
I'm like, what, I left it behind?
Woo!
That's an update. I guess everyone has to go get some top-of-line stuff. Now, is Hero Port where the actual strong shit is?
It's fairly strong, although I think there's a place you're going to get a little bit better later on after this dungeon. So, feel free to try to push through if you want.
Could always just train in here for a bit.
True enough. Amanda might be guzzling them out of water for those Hime eyes.
I'm not doing Human Eyes, I'm doing Nova Burst.
Or Nova Burst, that's it.
No, I'm gonna run back over to go home and sleep.
Probably a smart idea.
Oh, where's the stairs?
I lost the stairs.
I usually do.
You know, the dungeons are fairly nonsensical. It's easy to get lost. Hey, in all technicalities, outside of the tunnels here you're passing by now, I didn't make any of them.
Yeah, I know.
I took the lazy way, and I'll do it again.
Can't you just make your dungeons one giant hallway, like, you know, Cold Steel or some of those Final Fantasies?
Yeah, 13,
What was it,
I think
13? Yeah, Hallways, the video game. That game looked a lot more complex than I guess it really was, but for me, the casual observer, I'm like, this game looks kind of complex. I remember you and our roommate at the time just like, no, it's really not.
Yeah, that was kind of what they wanted from that game, was I think the exact quote that I read was they wanted every fight to look like a fight out of Advent Children.
I don't know much about Advent Children.
You've seen it.
I know, I saw it. That doesn't mean I paid attention to it. I think I was busy making fun of it. I think I was having more fun making fun of it the whole time.
That is how you get through a lot of movies.
Yeah, it was kind of dumb.
Well, if you didn't know Final Fantasy VII, you're not going to get much out of it.
I knew a little bit of Final Fantasy VII.
Everybody knows a little.
Everyone knows. I have a functional knowledge of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it's got a silver-haired guy that's the one-winged asshole.
And Cloud Strife. And Tifa. And then their friend Barrett. And Tifa's boobs bounce, and Eris is killed by the one-winged asshole. And...
most boobs bounce.
No, isn't there that one scene?
Falling off the airship?
Yeah, and Tifa's boobs are just like womp, 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 womp.
Yeah, they're like moving 3 times, like at 3 times the frame rate that she is.
Yeah. I remember that.
That's right. I think I actually showed you a video of that. It was so ridiculous.
Yeah. Something like that. And then, like, there's this scene where you can, like, put Cloud in a dragon, he can get, like, roped or something.
Oh, yeah, he can convince a Mafia Don to take him back to his room for a fun evening.
Does he go through with it?
Nah, him and the girls all get together and threaten to kill the guy.
Damn
and then he outsmarts them because, you know, Cloud's an idiot.
Cloud outsmarts him because he's an idiot? Or
no, the Mafia Don outsmarts them.
The Mafia outsmarts them?
Yeah, they literally burst into his room when he's just sitting there, just sporting a boner, hoping to get some from a girl. Then he finds out it's a man, and his 2 bodyguard chicks come running in, and they're surrounding him in his bed, and somehow he turns the tables on them. Doing some training?
Yeah. It's a good spot to train, so sorry, this might not be the most exciting episode.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do it.
Nope.
Yeah, turns out the Mafia Don, in the middle of his bedroom, mind you, and it's not even a very big bedroom, has like a pitfall trap where the floor opens up and drops you into the sewers. It's like, who would want that in their bedroom? If that thing accidentally went off while you're just walking around or getting changed for the day, next thing you know, you're swimming in sewer water in your underpants.
I mean, that sounds like a good time to me.
Well, you're not everybody. You're a bit of an oddball, let's be honest.
Didn't they remake Final Fantasy VII?
They did Now this is a tough question to answer.
I was gonna say that's something that came out recently, wasn't it? It kind of got overshadowed by 2020.
Yeah, it came out in 2020.
Okay,
like,
which is why nobody's ever heard of it.
Well, no, everybody's heard of it. But technically, this is a tough question to answer. It is not a remake of Final Fantasy. It is a game titled Final Fantasy Remake.
Okay.
Or Final Fantasy VII Remake. And
that's not confusing at all.
Not really, and you're not, like, oh yeah, spoilers, you're not supposed to know that it's not actually a full remake, so, you know what, if you don't want to get spoiled, now's a good time to, skip ahead or something. But it's technically supposed to be like an alternate universe situation, where the original Final Fantasy universe, or Final Fantasy VII universe, is like bleeding into it and making changes. And there's these ghosts from the past world, like, bleeding in and doing, talking to people and changing things. I haven't actually played it. I watched a little bit of a Let's Play, but I got, like, bored of it. I played the demo. I really don't like the combat.
Sounds like it was entirely underwhelming.
It got very mixed reviews based on what people wanted out of it. Like, I think that might have been its biggest problem, was it wasn't what people were expecting. They probably were expecting a Final Fantasy VII remake.
That usually is the problem.
But it's technically a remake of the universe, or an alternate universe, or time travel maybe. I don't know, like I said, I didn't play it, and from what I heard, they haven't answered all the questions yet. But it was not the whole game. It was literally only the first 6 hours of the original game.
Holy broccoli.
And they stretched it out to a 40-hour game. They took the first 6 hours of the first game and stretched it out to 40 hours.
That sounds like freaking horrible.
That sounds like Squeenix.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely ridiculous.
That needs to be one of our shirts. Sounds like Squeenix.
Sounds like something Squeenix would do. Yeah, typically, again, this is the writer, putting on the writer hat, speaking here. Ah!
You can heal and save there if you want.
You know what? You are freaking right.
I tend to be right about a video game I create.
I wasn't thinking that. Anyway, so when you're a writer, you want your story to move. You want it to be no longer than it has to be, and it has to be concise.
You want it to be dynamic and telling a story while you're telling the story.
Taking 6 hours of content and bloating it up with so much gunk that it becomes 40 hours of content, that's a huge red flag to me. That's someone who got a little overzealous with their darlings, from my writer's perspective. And I get it, okay? As a writer, I love putting my darlings, my precious little ideas in my writing, but sometimes even I have to go through and be like, okay, this is absolutely ridiculous. We don't need a 6-page cooking scene.
You need to be able to tell them to go look at the flowers.
Yeah.
You probably don't get that reference.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's a Walking Dead reference.
Okay. It's that's part of creative storytelling, is knowing when to elaborate and when to just say, oh look, there's some pretty flowers on the ground, tulips and crocuses and stuff. You don't, and people can imagine tulips and crocuses and flowers and colors. You don't need to sit there and get into every little exact detail about the tulips.
We don't need to know how many petals are on every flower along the path.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it feels like when you get into bloated storytelling, that's what they do, and it's just like, you as the writer may like, your creative flex and how you so poetically described the Fibonacci sequence of a tulip, Okay, I get it. I'm a nerd and I love the Fibonacci sequence.
Don't we all?
Yeah, who doesn't? Looks really cool on a sunflower. Anyway. Okay, but the thing is your average reader just does not give a shit and just wants the damn story, so you just gotta give them the story. Yeah, I know, I'm healing him.
Yeah, he's always hurt.
Yeah, he's Sean. Someone insulted his Carhartt.
He takes insult damage.
So yeah.
Yeah, so Square Enix is basically turning this into their new cash cow. Because, if you think about it...
They're gonna milk the shit out of it.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna milk it till it's dry. The original Final Fantasy VII came out, what was it, 97-ish?
Something like that.
Yeah, at a $50 price point like every other game. Now, they turned the first 6 hours of that into its own whole full game, charged $60 for it, and now that's only the first of the series. The game is still gonna come out in several more parts.
Yeah, that's cash cowing.
And they haven't even announced how many parts it's going to be.
People do not like that shit. Okay, you will have your collectors and uber nerds that will, but your average general audience, not a fan.
Yeah, by the time they start getting to the end, I imagine the last game they put out for that is, maybe not even the last one. A lot of people are probably going to pick up the last one just to see how it ends. Honestly, if I had to guess, they'd probably make it 4, maybe 5 games long, the content they have and the story they're trying to tell. But by the time the second to last one shows up, people are probably just going to have mostly abandoned it. And then the final one, a lot more people will pick it up just to see how it ended.
Okay. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Sheesh. Bruh. And I'll tell you a little bit about how this works, from the book standpoint. Is, say, a series, I'm writing a series, okay? So you put out the first book of your series at your standard release price. And then the second book comes out, and actually for some self-pub authors, actually recommend reducing the book one in your series, to free or 99 cents or something ridiculously cheap and make money off your second book. And then you release your subsequent books, and then you can do, the whole set together at a new price point. You get what I'm saying here? Yes. Then you put out your collector's editions and stuff like that. But yeah, you don't just sit there and keep jacking the price up. And that on the subsequent releases, just because of who is producing this, that they're not going to be dropping the price on those all that much.
Oh, yeah. But then again, Final Fantasy usually does drop hard in price after a certain point.
Yeah, but a new release generally isn't it.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying a new release is going to be, but this time next year, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'd be surprised if it was even going for $19 used at GameStop. If you can even find used games at GameStop anymore, don't even get me started on them.
Yeah, you've had experience with that recently.
And I used to work there. I worked there for a good number of years. I was one of their big defenders. You know, people out there would always be saying, well, they don't give you enough when you sell your games to them. Then don't sell them to them. You do have the option to say, no, thank you.
Yeah.
But so many
They're
people...
acting as an intermediary, and they need to profit from it.
Yeah, they need to make money to pay their employees and their bills. Like, I'm sorry, if you want to ask my opinion, yeah, a lot of them are probably lower than the games are worth, but enough people are saying, yes, I'll take that money for them to run with it. If they weren't, they would raise the price.
But as you were saying about GameStop and used games.
Oh, yeah, I really wasn't trying not to fall into that trap. Oh, dang, I'm like 3 steps away from what I was talking about.
Something about finding used games at GameStop these days.
Yeah, I was there. I remember the original point, but yeah, I was there over Christmas, and like they have this stupid new thing where they have all of the games that they have out there with both used and new stickers on every single case. So you have no idea which games they have new and which games they have used. So if you want a game, you can take it up there and be like, can I get a used copy of this? No, we don't have it. Well, then don't put that out there. All right, can I get a new copy of this one? We don't have that one. Well, then don't put that one out there.
Yep.
It's just... Yeah,
it doesn't tell you what they have in stock.
Yeah, I brought 3 games up there, set them down, and I was like, can I get these? I'm like, oh, we don't have any of those. It's like, I would have probably talked to my regional manager back when I was at GameStop, back when I was working there, and been like, dude, we can't run like this. We're a game store. Now they're really more like, they're a merchandise store at this point that carries a few games.
Yeah, kind of gone the way of stores like FYE.
More or less.
They don't even really sell, digital content anymore. They sell collector's items and Funkos.
Well, they do still have digital content. But, all right, now back to the last tangent. Before we quit here, back to the last tangent that I was on, but I got tangented away from. You were mentioning about dropping the prices or making earlier books free in order to get people hooked on them and then get them to the second book. That I'm pretty sure that's kind of what a few game devs are doing. Like One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. We got a Switch for Christmas this year, which was very nice. So we went and grabbed One Piece Pirates Warriors 4, which came out like 7 months ago. It was only $20 for a new copy. So it's like, you know what? A game that I would have a lot of fun with. It's only $20 and it just came out several months ago. Heck yeah, I'm on that. And AJ says to me, well, how is it so low in price already if it just came out? And I thought about it for a moment, and it hit me. Because they just recently put out their 3rd DLC patch, and they want people to buy this game for nice and cheap, and then spend all the money on the DLC to get all of that. So they wanted this in people's hands, so they had the option to spend money where they really want to make a profit.
Yep, the in-game microtransactions.
Exactly.
Good moneymaker.
All right, were there any tangents you needed to finish?
I think we're good.
Alrighty.
We're good tangenting.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of MHP Gaming. Like, comment, and subscribe as you see fit. Check the description down below to find our Discord. Head there to make suggestions for games you want to see us make each other play. Other than that, see ya.